Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for standing by, and welcome to the Ehang third quarter of 2024 earnings conference call. Please note that the management's prepared remarks and the subsequent Q&A session will be primarily conducted in Chinese, and the corresponding simultaneous or consecutive interpretation can be accessed on the English line. As a reminder, all translations are for convenience purposes only. In any case of any discrepancy, the management's statement in the original language will prevail. To listen to the original remarks by the management, please join the Chinese line. Additionally, both the Chinese and English lines are open for questions, and today's call is being recorded. I will now turn the call over to Anne Ji, Ehang's Senior Director of Investor Relations. Miss Anne, please proceed.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us on today's conference call to discuss the company's financial results for the third quarter of 2024. The earnings release is available on the company's IR website. Please note the conference call is being recorded, and the audio replay will be posted on the company's IR website. On the call today, we have Mr. Huazhi Hu, our founder, chairman, and chief executive officer, Mr. Zhao Wang, Chief Operating Officer, and Mr. Conor Yang, Chief Financial Officer and the Director of the Board. Before we continue, please note that today's discussion will contain forward-looking statements made pursuant to the safe harbor provisions of the U.S. Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995. Forward-looking statements involve inherent risks and uncertainties. As such, the company's actual results may be materially different from the expectations expressed today. Further information regarding this and other risks and uncertainties is included in the company's public filings with the SEC. The company does not assume any obligation to update any forward-looking statements, except as required under applicable law. Also, please note that all numbers presented are in RMB and are for the third quarter of 2024, unless stated otherwise. With that, let me now turn the call over to our CEO, Mr. Huazhi Hu. Please go ahead, Mr. Hu.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining Ehang's earnings call. Since the third quarter of this year, our order deliveries and financial performance hit a record high again. We have also made exciting progress in multiple aspects, such as the Air Operator Certificate application and certification review, the development of low-altitude ecosystem, R&D of next-generation technology and products, as well as the expansion of overseas markets. All of these achievements underscore Ehang's commitment and capabilities in accelerating our pace towards commercial urban air mobility operations. We have become the world's first eVTOL company to obtain the 3 airworthiness certificates for pilotless aircraft, demonstrating we have the capabilities for mass production and deliveries. In July, the Civil Aviation Administration of China officially accepted the OC application submitted by Guangdong Ehang General Aviation and Hefei He Aviation. This is the world's first OC project for pilotless passenger-carrying aircraft, signifying that the first related operational standards are about to be established, which will provide safety assurance for the commercial operations of EH216S in China. Currently, the OC review is progressing well, and the first OC is expected to be issued by the end of this year. Simultaneously, we are actively assisting our customers and partners in Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Wuxi, Zhuhai, and Wencheng, Wenzhou in preparing their OC applications as well, with the aim to speed up the commercial operations of EH216S nationwide and promote the development of low-altitude economy demonstration zones across more cities. Since Q3, China's central and local governments have enhanced their support for the low-altitude economy industry, further highlighting its strategic role as an emerging economic growth engine. China's National Development and Reform Commission plans to establish a dedicated bureau for low-altitude economy, which will better coordinate resources across different segments for fostering the industry development. In November, the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology convened another plenary meeting of the Leadership Group for Low-Altitude Industry Development, emphasizing the strategic importance of the industry's high-quality development and outlining key tasks for advancing pilotless, electric, and intelligent low-altitude equipment. As a global leading UAM technology company, Ehang actively aligns with national policies. Our product and development philosophy resonate closely with the government's advocacy for innovation in low-altitude equipment. Under the broad and in-depth policy support, the domestic demand for pilotless aerial vehicles in China continues to grow. In Q3, our deliveries and revenues reached a record high again. We delivered 63 units of EH216S, and our quarterly revenues reached 128 million RMB. This demonstrates the robust market demand and strong customer recognition of EH216S. Of course, our focus extends beyond aircraft deliveries. Our top priority is to ensure operational safety as we accelerating the establishment of a comprehensive operational support system, focusing on both sales and operations, as well as enhancing the low-altitude ecosystem. We have achieved a significant operational progress in the following three aspects. Firstly, on infrastructure. With strong support from the Hefei municipal government, the second UAM hub, Ascent, was officially established in Luogang Park in Hefei. This hub is tailor-made for the EH216 pilotless passenger aircraft, and it also serves as a UAM hub model for pilotless passenger aircraft operations. Secondly, on talent training. We have formed a strategic partnership with the Civil Aviation Flight University of China to jointly carry out the training of talents related to operations, maintenance, and management of Ehang's pilotless aircraft, and to establish a standardized system. Thirdly, we are building an after-sales maintenance and repair system to support the upcoming extensive operational work. We believe that in a future of a flourishing low-altitude economy, only truly competitive products can attract a sustained market interest. Ehang will continue to increase our R&D investment to maintain our leadership. We will focus on the enhancement of EH216S performance and the commercialization of a long-range product on the following aspects. Regarding EH216S performance enhancements, we have entered into a strategic partnership with Empower, a pioneer in new energy vehicle power systems, to co-develop electric motors and motor controllers tailored for Ehang's eVTOL. This new solution features an integration of a lighter weight and higher power density. Meanwhile, we have strategically invested in inks and achieved a significant breakthrough in the joint development of a high-energy solid-state battery technology. With this solid-state battery, our EH216S completed a continuous flight test exceeding 48 minutes, significantly improving the flight endurance by 90%. Next year, we aim to improve the flight endurance even further to 60 minutes. This milestone achievement is critical in broadening the application and operational scope for our eVTOL products. Moving on to the development of our long-range product. Building on the VT30 prototype, we have conducted commercial design and upgrades for our lift and cruise eVTOL model to VT35. This long-range product complements our existing product portfolio by targeting application scenarios like intercity, cross-bay, and cross-mountain routes, extending beyond the EH216's intracity UAM coverage. With the two categories of EH216 series and VT35, we will achieve full scenario coverage for low-altitude flights. In the overseas markets, in Q3, we have conducted demo flights in Brazil, Japan, and Thailand. extending our footprints to 18 countries across the globe. We're also making strides in overseas airworthiness certification for the EH216S. In September, EH216S was granted an experimental flight authorization certificate from Brazil's National Civil Aviation Agency, and we plan to conduct more in-depth test flights in Brazil to facilitate the local airworthiness certification. The Civil Aviation Authority of Thailand also plans to open flight tests for certified eVTOLs in multiple areas of Thailand. We're planning to expand our flight range in Thailand with the aim to launch commercial flight operations in some regions of Phuket and Sumai by 2025. Reflecting on our progress over the past decade, Ehang has launched the world's first pilotless passenger aircraft EH-1A4 in the United States, becoming a pioneer of the global urban air mobility industry. We have driven and pioneered breakthroughs in pilotless aerial vehicle technology and airworthiness certification. With the launch of operational hubs such as the Hefei UAM hub and others, Ehang's long-held dream of urban air mobility will truly come to fruition. Moving forward, we will steadily advance, ensuring safety as the top priority to achieve sustainable industry development. We also strive to create greater value for our shareholders, partners, and the society. Next, I'll turn the call over to our COO, Mr. Wang, to elaborate more on our Q3 operational performance. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hu, and hello everyone. Let me first provide an overview of our product delivery status for the third quarter. In Q3, we received repeat orders from existing customers as well as new customers. Specifically, we completed the deliveries of 40 units to the Shanxi client in the third quarter, reaching a total of 50 unit deliveries to this client. We also delivered 3 units to our Wencheng client in Wenzhou, Zhejiang Province in the third quarter, reaching a total of 30 units delivered. Additionally, we delivered 5 units to each of Shenzhen Boling and Hefei Heyi customers for their repeat orders in the third quarter to be deployed in their expanded site at the UAM Operations Center in Luohu District, Shenzhen, and the newly established UAM hub at Luogang Park in Hefei. Furthermore, we also secured new orders and completed deliveries for clients in Fujian, Chongqing, Tianjin, Guizhou, Shanxi, and Zhuhai this quarter. In summary, we delivered a total of 63 units of the EH216S series in the third quarter. Currently, our domestic order book is more than 1,000 units. As an aircraft manufacturer, Ehang is not only responsible for the production and sales of the aircraft. We're also providing customers with maintenance, repair, and related consulting services. Due to the special nature of the aircraft, we're also assisting our customers from various regions in preparing for their operational certification applications, striving to obtain approvals from the CAAC as soon as possible. Before that, we are also assisting customers with services including operational site design, route planning, and business process planning. For those operation companies that have submitted their OC applications and are under regulatory review, we provide full technical support to assist them in safety improvements to meet the safety operation requirements of the CAAC. Our company's focus moving forward will be to place greater emphasis on service quality. We aim to proceed steadily and diligently, serving our customers well, building a robust UAM operational system, and improving talent training mechanisms. This will enable our customers to operate their aircraft continuously and stably, achieve commercial returns, and also lay a solid foundation for the company's long-term development. In terms of personnel training, with the aim to assist our clients in better operating and maintaining the aircraft, we have trained a total of 47 operators and 22 maintenance personnel for our customers. Regarding infrastructure construction, we have signed strategic cooperation agreements with several infrastructure service providers. These partners will take the initiative to undertake the construction of low-altitude infrastructure, such as takeoff and landing platforms and hangars in some cities. We will use these infrastructure facilities through cooperation or leasing agreements. Since the second quarter, we have visited numerous domestic production bases for new energy vehicles and new energy batteries. Additionally, in October, we visited some European manufacturing facilities specializing in civil aviation components. We are currently in discussions with some of these factories about potential cooperation. Our goal is to integrate various production facilities and management expertise to provide ideas and solutions for the integration and upgrade of our production lines and manufacturing technique in order to improve quality and reduce costs. Currently, all of our delivered aircraft are produced in our sole production facility in Yunfu. Starting from Q4, we will strengthen industrial cooperation and plan to expand our industrial layout in Anhui, Shanxi, Guangxi, and Beijing through joint ventures and contract manufacturing. For instance, in Hefei, Anhui, where our East China headquarters is located, we are collaborating with the local government to establish the Ehang Aerial Vehicle Manufacturing Industrial Park and have already completed the site selection for the first phase of the factory and flight test area. In the North China, leveraging our cooperation with Xishan Tourism, we plan to establish a low-altitude economy industrial park and a North China delivery center in Taiyuan. In the capital, Beijing, we are actively exploring cooperation on the R&D and testing, manufacturing, education and training, and demonstration applications in areas like emergency response, firefighting, and rescue missions. And we have already begun environmental research work. As for our existing Yunfu factory, we'll start technical upgrades to the production line and flight test area in the fourth quarter. By 2025, with the commissioning of new factories, our overall aircraft production capacity and component supply will continue to expand. Since the third quarter, we have visited a number of overseas customers, investors, partners, and media. Additionally, we have actively participated in various domestic and international industry exhibitions, including the China International Aviation and Aerospace Exhibition, the China International Import Expo, Drone Italy in Bologna, and Smart City Expo World Congress, GTEx Global, and the Thailand Drone Expo, among others. These activities have further enhanced Ehang's international reputation and allowed us to connect with a large number of potential customers. In China, we have also actively participated in activities and conferences organized by various ministries and commissions, such as the Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, the National Development and Reform Commission, and the CAAC, including the Low Altitude Economy Innovation and Development Conference, the China International Small and Medium Enterprises Fair, and the Urban Air Mobility Forum. Through these conferences and forums, Ehang has actively communicated its thoughts on the development of the low-altitude economy and future operational strategies, resonating with attendees and earning recognition from many industry experts. Ehang has been invited to almost every low-altitude economy-related conferences and forum, with expectations to bring our aircraft for display or fly demonstrations. Our international reputation has also significantly improved. Since the third quarter, we have obtained special flight permits in Brazil and Thailand and have carried out demo flights. To date, the EH216 series has completed flights in 18 countries. Looking forward, Ehang will continue to promote and lead the commercialization of the low-altitude economy while expanding our industry footprint. We will stay committed to our due focus on sales and operations, fueled by innovation and collaboration as we supported the sustainable growth and commercialization of this emerging industry. Now, I'll hand it over to our Chief Financial Officer, Connor, to walk you through the financial performance for the third quarter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wang. Hello, everyone. This is Connor. Before I dive into the details, please note that all numbers presented are in RMB and are for the third quarter of 2024, unless otherwise stated. Detailed analysis are available in our earnings press release on our IR website. I will now highlight some key points. In Q3, our efforts have once again delivered robust results. We exceeded our revenue guidance by 4%, recorded adjusted net income for the second quarter in a row, and maintained positive operating cash flow for the fourth consecutive quarters. We're also making steady progress on the OC front as we gear up for upcoming commercial operations. Turning to the specifics for Q3, our total revenues were 128.1 million, representing a 347.8% year-over-year increase and a 25.6% increase from the prior quarter. This is primarily driven by the higher sales volume of EH216 series products. In this period, we delivered 63 units of EH216 series products, achieved a new record high for quarterly deliveries, compared to 13 units in Q3 2023 and 49 units in Q2 2024. Q3 gross margin was 61.2%, compared to 64.6% in Q3 2023 and 62.4% in second quarter this year. Despite a modest decrease, our gross margin remained high, reflecting our competitive advantage in the eVTOL sector. Adjusted operating expenses, which exclude share-based compensation, were 86.9 million, at a 60.9% increase from 54 million in Q3 2023 and up 23.1% from 70.6 million in the prior quarter. The increase was mainly due to expanded sales-related expenses, higher employee compensation, expansion of sales channels, and increased investments in various eVTOL models. The quarter's adjusted operating income was 9 million, compared to an adjusted operating loss of 34.2 million in third quarter 2023 and an adjusted operating loss of 4.7 million in the prior quarter. We recorded adjusted net income for the second consecutive period in Q3 2024, reaching 15.7 million. This marks a significant improvement from an adjusted net loss of 31.3 million in Q3 last year, and also an impressive increase over the 1.2 million achieved in the prior quarter. Furthermore, we continue generating positive operating cash flow for the fourth consecutive quarter. At the end of Q3, our cash balance, including cash equivalents, short-term deposits, restricted short-term deposits, and short-term investment balances, was 1,077.6 million. On top of that, last week we announced an over $22 million PIPE investment from strategic investors, including Empower and a strategic institutional investor from the Middle East. This strategic investment brings our total year-to-date financing to nearly $100 million, enhancing our financial position for our next phase of development and growth. The financing proceeds will be used to advance our next generation eVTOL technology and products, scale production capacity, expand our team, establish new headquarters and operating sites, and support the general corporate activities. As we move into the fourth quarter, with the OC certification process nearly complete and final approval within reach, we are focusing on fine-tuning our commercialization model to enhance our customers to achieve safe and stable operations as quick as possible. This is expected to further boost market demand for for our pilotless eVTOL aircraft, driving steady growth in both orders and sales. At the same time, ongoing improvement in low-altitude policies and increased government support for the low-altitude economy are adding even more momentum to the market. Given these trends, we are expecting our revenue in Q4 is RMB 135 million, representing a year-on-year increase of 138.5%. The total revenue for the full year of 2024 is expected to reach 427 million, with a year-on-year increase of 263.5%. That concludes our prepared remarks. Let's now open the call for questions. Operator, please go ahead.
Thank you. If you wish to ask a question, please press star one on your telephone and wait for your name to be announced. If you wish to cancel your request, please press star two. If you are on a speakerphone, please pick up your handset before asking your question. We'll just pause momentarily to allow any questioners to register. Your first question comes from Cindy Huang from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for taking my question and congratulations on remarkable 3Q results. My first question is regarding to solid-state battery. Could management share more details on battery development with Inks? And what's the key hurdle for solid-state battery to commercialize now, and when do we expect to mass produce it?
感谢管理层接受我的提问。首先恭喜三季度的业绩。我这边的第一个问题是想问一下，一航在固态电池领域取得了重大的技术突破，您和 Inks 分享更多的关于电池开发的一些细节吗？现在固态电池商业化的关键障碍是什么？我们预计什么时候能够大规模的生产？ Thank you for the question. I am Wang Zhao. On the first question, our joint battery development with Inks began early on. Developing a new battery, especially one requiring significant technological breakthrough like a solid-state battery, is a complex process. It involves not only increasing battery capacity density, but also enhancing cycle life, maintainability, and safety features, requiring significant R&D resources to perfect a new battery technology for mass production and commercialization. Currently, many companies are investing in the development of solid-state batteries, and it typically takes about 2 to 4 years for these technologies to mature and reach mass production.
我们的电池在合肥国际先进技术应用推进中心的支持下联合新建能源共同研发，强强联合，进度喜人。 大幅度提升了 EH26S 续航时间至48分10秒，而且这只是小试牛刀，明年有望进一步提升至60分钟。另外，电池能量密度从原来的250瓦时每公斤提升到480瓦时每公斤，飞行全程温升从原来的60度降低到了18度。
With support from the Hefei International Advanced Technology Application Promotion Center, we have collaborated with Inks Energy to develop our batteries, combining our strengths with impressive progress. We have significantly increased the EH216S's flight endurance to 48 minutes and 10 seconds. And this is just the beginning. We expect to further extend this to 60 minutes sometime next year. And additionally, the energy density of this battery has increased from 250 watt per kilogram to 480 watt per kilogram. And the temperature rise during the entire flight has been reduced from 60 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius.
目前该固态电池处于小批量测试阶段，成本相对较高，是现有电池成本的2倍，当然能量密度也翻倍了。不过后续随着量产装机，成本有下降空间。我们目标争取在2025年底实现固态电池在 EH216-S 的认证和装机量产。谢谢。
But I should let you know that currently these solid-state batteries are only in small batch testing, and its costs are twice that of existing batteries. But of course, the energy density has been doubled. I think the production costs will gradually decrease as we mass produce them. Our goal is to achieve certification and mass production of these solid-state batteries for the EH216S sometime by the end of 2025. Next question, please.
Thank you for the answer. And my second question is regarding the progress of operator certificate. As we enter into more in-depth review phase, can we expect that Ehang still can receive OC by the end of this year?
好的，感谢。我的第二个问题是关于 OC 的申请进度。那随着我们目前进入到更深入的审核阶段，那我们是否能够期待一航在今年年底前获得 OC 呢？
回答您的第二个问题，确实 OC 的进展很受行业的关注。OC 的审查目前没有现有的标准可以参照，需要基于现有的法规进行完善和创新。因此 OC 的审定过程也是标准制定的一个过程。
Well, in response to your second question, you should know that, yeah, of course, the progress of OC application is closely watched by the industry. However, there are no readily available standards that we can refer to for the OC review. Therefore, it takes it requires improvements and innovations on the current regulations. Therefore, the OC approval process is also a process of setting up standards.
目前 OC 的审查已经完成了大部分的工作。基于民航局反馈的调整意见，我们近日已经提交了相关调整结果，待民航局进一步反馈。公司反应及调整速度都很快，就是希望尽快达到民航局的安全运行要求。
And most of the work on the OC review has been completed. And also based on the feedback from the Civil Aviation Administration of China, we have recently submitted necessary adjustments, and we're still waiting for further feedback from them. Our company has been quick to respond and also make adjustments. So our goal is to meet the safety operational requirements of the Civil Aviation Administration as soon as possible.
预计首张 OC 顺利的话，将会在今年内颁发。 但同时也希望大家认识到这是稳定运行安全的过程，需要严谨，对乘客负责，所以请大家静候佳音，谢谢。
If all goes well, the first OC is expected to be issued within this year. However, we also hope everyone understands that this is a process of certifying operational safety, which requires a lot of rigorous work and responsibility to the passengers. So please stay tuned for further updates. Thank you. Next question, please.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Laura Lee at Deutsche Bank. Please go ahead.
Hey, thank you for taking my question. So my first question is about production. So I think last quarter we talked about there will be additional 1,000 units per year capacity by next year. So does that include the capacity from like the third-party manufacturer or partners, as you mentioned today, or is mainly on the Yunfu factory? Also, is there any update on the capex of this and next year?
首先感谢管理层接受我的提问。那我这边的问题是关于产能的。其实我们有在发言当中提到，我们预计今年会有一些新的产能上线。那我想问一下，我们所给出来的这种产能的提升，是指包括第三方以及合作伙伴所能提供的产能，还是纯粹云服这单一生产基地它所能够增加的这个产能？另外，我们能不能给一下今年全年以及明年大致的一个资本开支的一个指引呢？
感谢您的提问。先回答第一个问题，我们将在第4季度启动现有云服工厂，也就是唯一工厂的升级改造，同时将在广州、合肥、广西等地优先启动新工厂的建设工作。新工厂可能是合作模式，引入生产制造行业新的合作伙伴，将相关经验与管理模式与我们的产品结合，更好地完成飞行器的生产交付。谢谢。
有关资本支出的问题的话，回答一下，就今年大概是1500万美元，然后明年大概是2000万美元。谢谢。
First, on your capex question, so this year our capex is around $15 million, and it will be $20 million for the next year. And with your question on the production ramp up, so we will start technical upgrades to our existing and only factory in Yunfu, Guangdong Province in Q4. Meanwhile, we will also prioritize constructing new factories in Guangzhou, Hefei, and Guangxi. These new factories may involve joint ventures. We may bring in new partners in the manufacturing industry to leverage their experience and management models with our products for better aircraft production and delivery. Next question, please.
Okay, gotcha. Just a quick follow-up. So think about the technical upgrades in Yunfu factory in 4Q. Will that cause any kinds of downtime or influence the delivery cadence for this year or no?
我这边再跟进一个问题，我们第4季度云服工厂开启技术升级之后，会不会造成我们的减产，或者是对于交付会产生一些影响？对于我们既定的这个交付节奏，会不会产生一些影响？
我来回答这个问题。这个问题其实我们从第2季度到第3季度都考虑过，所以把这个影响希望减少到最小。毕竟生产工艺的提升对于后续的产能会有巨大的提升，所以我们希望在这个对工厂短时间的影响呢，能靠后面的产能提升完全捕捉回来。同时我们因为还有在外其他工厂的建造进度，所以呢，希望这几个做出良好的配合，尽可能最小限度减少我们产量的减少，应该问题不大。
I expect the impact or disruption to the production and delivery would be minimum. We actually have considered the potential impact of this technical upgrade on the deliveries, from Q2 all the way to Q3. However, we want to mitigate and minimize the impact as we upgrade to the capacity. However, we believe the short-term disruption, if there were any to the production, actually may be offset by the increased production later on. Meanwhile, we are also considering scheduling the construction of other facilities. So with the synergies between these upgrade as well as additional production facilities, we might be able to minimize the impact and ensure future smooth deliveries.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thank you for the color.
好，感谢您的回答。Next question, please.
Thank you. Your next question comes from James Zhao at UBS. Please go ahead.
Thanks for taking my question. My question is regarding that since the battery prices are lowering and our scale is growing up, when are we expecting our break-even will be? At what kind of scale or at what kind of time period?
我这个问题是关于我们电池的价格，目前看到行业当中的锂电池的价格在下降，而我们的装机量又在上升。那我想问一下，我们在达到什么样的装机量的情况下能够实现盈亏点？能不能介绍一下我们的这个盈亏平衡点是不是已经接近了呢？
我们这个随着采购的规模的这个扩大，当然各项的这个整体的一些主要零部件有可能持续下降，但是呢，与此同时我们也会做一些这个迭代升级相对应的一些新的这些功能呢，可能也是会部分的这个增加，所以总体来讲我们还是希望维持在一定的这个毛利率水准。那在交付量跟营收的高速增长下，我们今年第三季已经实现了调整后经营利润还有调整后的这个净利润都是正数的伴着后续的这个营收的持续增长，收入的增长同比增长会远高于这个费用的这个同比增长，所以我们的经营效率将不断的提高，盈利能力也将持续的提升。谢谢。Yes, you can see that in the third quarter we have a
Sorry, Connor, I was on mute. Would you like to go for this bit or?
I finished. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
Please go ahead and translate it.
Okay. Apologies, I was on mute. Yes, so as we ramp up production, the price of battery as well as the key components will definitely come down. That's the trend. However, you should know that we are constantly iterating these models and also introducing new features. This will potentially push up some of the costs of these aircraft, but our gross profit margin is at a healthy level. Let me point you that we have achieved a positive adjusted net profit for the past quarter, and we'll definitely see a faster growth in our revenue than our expense. So in other words, we are having better operational efficiency and stronger capacity of stronger profitability.
Thank you for the color. My second question is regarding our supply chain strategy. What kind of investment and research and development strategy are we adopting in the electric motor and the solid-state battery?
我的第二个问题是关于我们供应链的策略，我们在投资和研发层面上的策略大概是什么样的，尤其是在我们的电机和固态电池这两个领域。
这个问题我来回答，感谢您的提问。在 UAM 这个新兴的行业，那么 Air Taxi 是未来低空经济的重头戏。对我们来说，最重要的是把 EH216-S 在适航认证的基础上做得更好，持续进行核心零部件和关键技术的升级迭代，保持我们的产品和技术领先性。我们选取了核心10余个方向进行战略布局，包括电池、电机、气动螺旋桨、复合材料、碳纤维类的通信技术，通过包括合作开发、战略投资和合资公司的这些方式，持续与低空产业链的优质供应商保持积极的沟通与合作，探索开发新的专利和技术方向，甚至未来也可能把我们共同研发出来的核心零部件提供给同行友商，增强行业的活力与创新力。
Thank you for the question. I'll take this one. So let me start by saying that in this emerging UAM industry, so air taxis are set to play a critical role in the future low altitude economy. And for us, the key is to enhance the EH216S based on its airworthiness certification. And we'll continually upgrade the core components and key technologies to maintain our product and technological leadership. And based on this strategy, we have chosen and focused on over 10 core areas, including batteries, motor, propellers, AI, composite materials, and communication technologies. And through collaborative development, strategic investments, as well as joint venture, so we maintain active communication and cooperation with these top-level suppliers in this industry chain. We are constantly exploring new patents and also new technological directions. So perhaps in the future, we might even offer some key components that we developed to our peers in the industry to actually push forward innovation in this sector.
举例来说，最近我们和新界能源共同研发的高能量固态锂电池装机，在 EH216-S 上完成了48分钟续航的飞行测试，实现了行业的重大技术突破，而且未来有望提升到60分钟。此外，我们也进行新一代的动力系统研发，更好的提升效率。在产品端，除了216系列之外 ，VT35 也将是我们现有产品的有力补充。
And for example, recently we completed a 48-minute endurance to flight test on the EH216S using high-energy solid-state lithium batteries developed with Inks Energy. This marks a significant breakthrough in the technology in this industry. We aim to extend this to 60 minutes in the future. Additionally, we are developing a new generation of power systems to improve efficiency. On the product side, other than the EH216 series, the VT35 will also be a strong complement to our current product lineup.
Thanks for taking
Next question, please.
That will be all from me.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Gareth Zhao at Tianfeng Securities. Please go ahead.
Okay. Even thank you for taking my question. So I have two questions. The first one is my first one is regarding the gross margin. So we saw there's a slight decline in the gross margin in this quarter. So how does the company view the potential for cost reduction in the future? Thank you.
感谢接受我的提问。我这边的问题是关于三季度的毛利，我们发现出现了小幅的下降。我想问一下管理层如何看待未来 EH216S 的成本下降空间？
谢谢提问。我们很高兴看到三季度的交付客户中有不少是过去老客户的这个复购订单。因为复购订单的话，那是按照去年签署的协议的销售价格，所以这个客单价会稍微低一些，所以这个影响到我们整体三季度的客单价，所以毛利率有小幅下降。不过依旧还是在这个能够维持在60%以上的这个水准，影响不是特别大。
In the third quarter, we are very delighted to see some repeat orders from our existing customers. However, we actually sell them based on last year's contract prices. Therefore, it slightly affected our average selling price and therefore caused a minor decrease in our gross margin. But it remains still at over 60%, so the impact is minimal.
在这个成本端呢，随着逐渐的量的爬坡所带来的规模效应，成本会有一定下降的这个空间。不过在此同时呢，我们会持续优化核心零部件的性能，比如说电机与电池等，这些性能上的完善与升级也会一定程度上的拉高成本，所以彼此消抵。我们预计未来毛利率还是能够维持在60%左右的水准。谢谢。
And on the cost side, as we scale up production, we expect some cost reductions due to economies of scale. At the same time, we will continue to enhance the performance of core components like motors and batteries, which could increase costs to some extent. These factors will likely balance each other out, so we anticipate maintaining a gross margin of around 60% in the future. That's my answer.
Okay, thank you. So my second question is regarding the VTC progress. So could you provide more insights about the progress of VTC certification in overseas market? Thank you.
我的第二个问题是关于公司在海外各个地区 VTC 的取证进展程度，能不能介绍一下？
亿航目前在全球18个国家完成过飞行，而且与多国的民航监管局有深入的接触，也深知道各个国家对新飞行器的适航认证持的严谨的态度，而且缺乏无人驾驶航空器相关的监管经验和认证体系在海外。所以呢，我们会一边通过中国民航局的双边适航认证渠道推进海外认证的程序，一方面在海外积极探索先行先试的思路和方式，争取早日让我们的 eVTOL 在海外运行起来。
Ehang has conducted flights in 18 countries worldwide and has engaged with various national aviation regulators across the world. We understand that countries take a cautious approach to certifying new types of aircraft, and also in these areas they lack experience and certification systems. Therefore, for us, while we were advancing our overseas certification process through bilateral airworthiness channels with the Civil Aviation Administration of China, we are also actively exploring some pilot programs abroad to get our eVTOL operational internationally, so as soon as possible.
比如今年9月，在巴西民航局给我们的 EH216S 颁发了试验飞行许可证，我们将在巴西开展广泛的飞行测试和试飞活动， 为后续的 VTC 认证积累飞行数据。我们与泰国民航局在探索搭合就是 sandbox 的这种试点模式，争取明年在泰国部分地区率先开展商业飞行运行。谢谢。
For instance, in September, Brazil's aviation authority granted our EH216S an experimental flight permit, allowing us to conduct flight tests and trials extensively in Brazil. So this would help us to gather data for future VTC certification. And also moving to Thailand, we are actively exploring a sandbox pilot model with the Thai Aviation Authority. We're aiming to begin commercial flight operations in some selected regions next year. Thank you. Next question, please.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Ling Liu at Gusheng Securities. Please go ahead.
接下来一个问题，国盛证券刘玲，请提问。
管理层各位领导好，首先恭喜这么好的业绩。我的问题是关于运营方面的，有看到公司刚刚也提到说我们官宣了这个合肥枢纽港的落成，想请教一下咱们后续在合肥的运营规划怎么样？
Congratulations on the strong results. We noticed the recent announcement of the Hefei hub completion. Could management share some insights on the future operational plans in Hefei?
感谢您的提问，我是王钊，我来回答您的问题。合肥枢纽港是我们按照 OC 标准新建的主要运营点位，与原有的运营点位相呼应，将从这两个点位展开空中交通的各项运营试点。合肥市政府目前已经发布计划，在未来3年要在合肥建设30个以上的 eVTOL 起降点，运营计划是非常丰富的。现有的点位既可以与洛港公园的运营相结合，也是空中交通运载枢纽，所以运营资质取得后会正式的售票运营。谢谢。
Thank you for your question. This is Wang Zhao. I'll take your question. The Hefei hub is a major operational site built to OC standards, complementing existing sites to pilot various air transportation operations. The Hefei municipal government has announced plans to build over 30 eVTOL takeoff and landing points in Hefei over the next 3 years. The operational plan is quite extensive in its size, with existing sites integrated with operations at Luogang Park. So it will serve as an air transport hub. Once operational qualifications are obtained, ticketed operations will start very soon. Next question, please.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Yiming Wang at China Renaissance. Please go ahead.
下一个问题，华兴证券王一鸣，请提问。
喂，可以听？
可以听到。一鸣，可以听到吗？
可以，现在可以听到吗？
可以听到，请提问。
好的好的我第一个问题是有关这个公司产能的。那我想请教一下，公司目前在云浮工厂的技术升级之后，能够在多大程度上提升公司目前的产能？那么对于现有订单的一个交付，能够有多大的一个帮助？谢谢。
My question is on the capacity ramp up following the technical upgrades. How much do you think it is going to help increasing our capacity, and how much help or assistance is going to lend to our delivery to our existing orders? Thank you.
感谢您的提问，我是王钊，我来回答这个问题。首先说，目前的产能提升呢，是通过不断优化供应链和提升工人技能和熟练度实现的。但工厂还需要一次技术升级才能更好的提升产能。同时您提到想大幅度改善的话，那么大幅度提升产能是需要再建新的工厂。对 EH216S 飞行器的需求超出我们的预期，所以我们正在选址设计新的工厂。
Current production capacity is being enhanced through means of supply chain optimization and improved worker skills as well as efficiency. However, the factory requires a technical upgrade to further increase capacity. Additionally, if we were to increase the capacity significantly, that means we need to build out new factories. It looks like the demand for our aircraft has exceeded our expectations, so we are in the process of selecting new sites and designing new factories.
那现有的订单呢，我们保持了一个稳定的交付节奏。飞行器的测试工作是相对比较耗时和复杂的，因此现阶段主要是保持稳定并充分测试，保障飞行器的安全。此外，起降点、运营中心等基础建设以及操控员的还有维修人员的培训也是需要时间的。所以当新工厂和新的测试场明年启用后，和各地的运营中心基础设施建设成熟后，会提升交付速度。
Existing orders are right now being delivered at a stable pace. The testing of aircraft is relatively time-consuming and complex, so the current focus is on maintaining stability and thorough testing to ensure aircraft safety. Additionally, other infrastructures such as takeoff and landing points, operational centers, and training for operators and maintenance personnel also require time. So once the new factories and test sites are operational next year, the infrastructure for operational centers in various locations is mature and delivery speed will pick up. Next question, please.
Thank you. Your next question comes from Rongyang Zhao at CITIC. Please go ahead.
下一个问题来自中信证券。
谢谢各位领导。感谢各位领导之前的介绍和提问。我这边主要有2个问题。第一个问题是关于固态电池，就是我们之前已经介绍了几个固态电池的就是合作和进度。第一个就是在固态电池这一部分的话，我们未来的 CapEx 的这个投入的预期是怎么样的？另外就是与相关公司这种合作的这种展开的形式，它会以一种怎样的形式展开？然后再一个就是说，如果我们最后产出了一个新的专利也好，或技术路线也好，那这一部分的知识产权是如何去做分配的？这是我的第一个问题。谢谢。
I got 2 questions. One is regard on the future CapEx investment expectations in the solid-state battery, and the other one is what forms of collaboration we're taking in this collaboration in the solid-state battery. If new property rights were generated on this solid-state battery, so how are we going to split the ownership of it? So that's my first question.
谢谢您的提问，我是卡纳。早在去年7月，我们就全身心的参与对新建能源的战略投资。所以过去1年中，双方技术团队也持续在共同研发，双方的团队配合程度、响应程度比较好，所以可以在比较短的时间内完成阶段性的投入。
You know, as early as July last year, we proactively participated in the strategic investment in Inks Energy. And over the past year, both technical teams have continued to collaborate on research and development with very good coordination and responsiveness, allowing us to achieve phased goals in a relatively short time.
本次技术突破也离不开合肥市政府的支持。我们去年10月与合肥市政府达成合作， 一直在合肥落地低空项目。合肥政府支持技术突破，在国先中心的低空经济电池能源研究所的孵化下，我们和新建能源成功完成固态电池的突破，装机 EH216并且试飞成功。
The technical breakthrough is also supported by the Hefei municipal government. Last October, we reached a cooperation agreement with the Hefei municipal government, continuously implementing low-altitude projects in Hefei to promote the development of the local low-altitude economy. The Hefei government is also very supportive of these technical breakthroughs. And under the incubation of the National First Center Low Altitude Economy Battery Energy Research Institute, we and Inks Energy have successfully completed the solid-state battery R&D breakthrough and installed it on the EH216S, and have successfully test flew it.
我们会持续在快充电池和固态电池方面加大研发投入。那目前这部分呢，这个主要是计入这个研发的费用，并不在这个 CapEx 不在资本支出里面。那从生产端的话，我们的电池生产主要是委托电池合作厂家代为生产，所以并没有从生产端我们并没有这个资本支出在这方面。
And we'll continue to increase our R&D investment in fast charging and solid-state batteries. These expenses are primarily recorded as R&D costs and not included in the capital expenditures. And also we are doing contract manufacturing, so there aren't any capex included for the production of these batteries.
共同开发的这个核心技术和零部件的知识产权的话，归一行合作方共同享有。
And also the intellectual property for the core technologies and components will be jointly owned by Ehang and our partners.
谢谢。
Thank you. And that's the end of the Q&A session.
Thank you. Yes, that concludes the question and answer session. I'd like to hand the call back to Ms. Anne for closing remarks.
Okay, thank you, operator, and thank you all for joining our today's conference call. If you have any further questions, please contact our IR team by email or participate in our following investor events through the calendar information provided on our company's IR website. We appreciate your interest and look forward to our next earnings call. Thank you.
感谢主持人，也感谢各位今天参加电话会议。如果您有进一步的问题，请通过电子邮件联系我们的投资者关系团队，或通过我们在投资者关系网站上提供的日历信息参加接下来的投资者活动。感谢您的关注，并期待我们下一次的财报电话会议。谢谢。
Thank you all again. You may now disconnect. Thank you.